The Vocari fleet hung in the void like predators savoring their kill. Their sleek obsidian warships formed a perfect sphere around the dying human colony ship, their weapon ports glowing with the satisfied heat of recent discharge. Admiral Nexus stood on his command bridge, watching the massive vessel's hull crack and vent atmosphere into space. The humans fought well, his tactical officer reported, mandibles clicking with approval. But their primitive kinetic weapons were no match for our plasma arrays. Nexus nodded, his four eyes reflecting the orange glow of the burning colony ship. The Terran Confederation had proven surprisingly resilient over the past 3 years of war, but this victory would break their expansion into the outer rim. 5,000 colonists, their dreams of a new world extinguished in the cold vacuum. Signal, the fleet, Nexus commanded. Full victory celebration protocols. The humans will know we feast on their failure. The Vocari crew erupted in ritual battle cries, their reptilian voices echoing through the corridors. Victory wine was distributed, and the traditional war chants began. They had earned this celebration. The human ship had taken 4 of their destroyers before succumbing, an impressive final stand for such a young species. But then the communications array chirped with an incoming transmission. "Sir," the communications officer hissed, his crest flattening in confusion. "We're receiving a signal from the human vessel." "Impossible," Nexus said. "We destroyed their communication array 20 minutes ago." "The signal is coming from their escape pods, sir. Emergency beacon frequency." Nexus considered this. A final desperate plea for mercy, perhaps? The humans were known for their stubborn refusal to accept defeat. He had encountered this before with other conquered species. "Put it through," he ordered. The main display flickered to life, showing the interior of a cramped escape pod. A single human sat before the camera, his face streaked with soot and blood. He appeared calm despite his circumstances, which struck Nexus as odd. Most beings faced with imminent death showed more emotion. "I am Captain Ryan Wells of the colony ship New Hope," the human said. His voice carried no trace of fear or desperation. "I represent the 300 survivors currently scattered in escape pods throughout this system." "Captain Wells," Nexus replied, activating his own transmission. "I am Admiral Nexus of the Vocari Dominion. You fought with honor, but your ship is dead. Surrender, and your people will be granted the merciful death of warriors." The human smiled, and something cold settled in Nexus's stomach. "I appreciate that, Admiral, but I think there's been a misunderstanding. You see, this wasn't a colony ship." Nexus felt his crest rise involuntarily. "Explain." "The New Hope was a research vessel. We've spent the last 6 months studying your tactics, your weapons, your fleet movements. Every engagement, every victory you've celebrated, we've been watching and learning." The Admiral's tactical displays showed the escape pods scattered throughout the system like seeds on fertile ground. Something was wrong. The pods weren't drifting randomly. They were positioned in a perfect grid pattern. "You're lying," Nexus snarled. "Our intelligence confirmed civilian passengers. Families. Children." "Oh, there were families aboard," Wells said. "My wife Lisa, my daughter Emma. Real people with real dreams." His smile never wavered, but his eyes had gone completely dead. "They died 27 minutes ago when you opened fire. The temperature on the bridge seemed to drop several degrees. But here's what your intelligence missed, Admiral. Every human aboard this ship was also a trained naval officer. The families, the children, the elderly colonists. All of them. We've been at war for 3 years, and we've learned that everyone fights, or everyone dies." Nexus looked at his tactical display again. The escape pods were moving now, adjusting their positions with minute thruster burns. The pattern was becoming clearer. It wasn't random at all. "What are you doing?" Nexus demanded. "Making contact," Wells replied. "You see, Admiral, humans have this interesting trait. We don't just mourn our dead. We introduce them to people." The long-range sensors erupted with new contacts. Dozens of them, dropping out of hyperspace at the edge of the system. Human warships, their angular hulls bristling with weapons that had evolved considerably since the war began. The Terra Defense Fleet, Wells announced conversationally. They've been following us for weeks, staying just outside sensor range. Amazing what you can learn about enemy detection capabilities when you let them hunt you. Admiral Nexus stared at the tactical display as contact after contact resolved into confirmed hostile vessels. Battleships, carriers, destroyers, all bearing the blue and silver of the Terran Confederation. His celebration fleet was outnumbered 3-1. "This is impossible," his tactical officer whispered. "Our intelligence said their fleet was scattered across 12 systems." "Your intelligence was fed carefully prepared misinformation," Wells said. "By us. For 6 months. Every destroyed probe, every captured courier, every lucky escape carried exactly the intelligence we wanted you to have." The escape pods had completed their formation now. Nexus realized with growing horror that they formed a perfect targeting grid, each pod equipped with powerful transmitters that would make jamming impossible. "You used your own people as bait," Nexus said. "We volunteered," Wells corrected. "Every single one of us. Because that's what humans do, Admiral. When you hurt us, we don't just fight back. We make sure you understand exactly what you've taken from us." The first human battleship opened fire, its massive railguns sending projectiles screaming across the void at relativistic speeds. The celebration was over. Admiral Nexus watched his fleet begin to die and finally understood what the other species had tried to warn the Vokari about. Humans didn't just wage war, they made it personal.